And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Texans, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. It's caught on the right side at Smith. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Etienne. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The Jaguars at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start. Lawrence hit, and the ball is free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Going up top. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It's Wilson. And it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming on, and that just looked problematic. Hit it as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into it?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. And how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. And Jonathan Garibay out for the PAT. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Garibay on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Texans 14, Jaguars nothing. Jonathan Garibay will kick off.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
On the set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here we go.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Ellis. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set them back on 2nd. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Come on, set.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Hey, you. Hey, Wahoo. Hey, Alpha. Hey, Mike 7.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Texans will take over.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 41, Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Wilson. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Squeeze, get in there.
Here's Walker. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Texans 21, Jaguars nothing.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. This is Smith with a grab. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And a throw right sideline is complete. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Patterson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, exit.
On play action, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. To try again after the sack. Lawrence. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay from the right hash. It's a 46-yard attempt. Garibay's kick is good, and the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got to find.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Right back to him on 1st down. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack on first down, Wilson. Schultz hauls in the quick throw. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Wilson to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards the final tally.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Garabay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of it.
And now here is another interception. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would. Yeah, they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily. And my goodness, another interception. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the counter, Etienne. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And they'll go again with Etienne. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Finding space at the 40 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Kayvon Thibodeaux picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Lawrence, he sets to fire deep. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. Brought down in the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Etienne up the middle. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeaux in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Wilson wants to throw it. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Okay, ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Wilson. Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. And he's got some space here. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.